Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Excited to be here.
Me too. Today we're going to be looking at wedding trends.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so much fun. And
I love a good wedding.
me too, me too. So we're looking at this data from Darianna Bridal and Tuxedo in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And it's really interesting stuff. If you're planning a wedding right now, or you're just curious about how things are changing,
Yeah,
this is definitely for you.
definitely.
So we've got stats on when people are buying dresses and booking appointments and even like the most popular months to get married.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised by some of this stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with the dress,
Okay.
the big one, right? The source recommends that brides buy their dresses 9 to 12 months before the wedding.
Yeah, that seems early.
I know, right? But they have a really good reason.
I'm all ears.
So first of all, alterations,
Right.
those take time. And you don't want to be dealing with that at the last minute.
Nobody wants that stress.
Right. Exactly. Plus, new dress designs come out every 6 months.
Oh, wow.
So you could find the perfect dress, and then 2 months later, there's something even better.
Oh, gosh, yeah, that would be rough.
Total dress regret.
For sure. So it's really about planning ahead.
Yeah, and giving yourself that buffer. So, okay, let's talk about appointments.
Okay.
This data shows that January and July are the busiest months for bridal appointments.
Really?
Yeah, which kind of makes sense when you think about it.
I guess so.
Like January, you've got all those holiday engagements.
Oh, yeah, right.
And people are ready to start planning for those summer weddings.
Like you said.
And then July, you've got all the teachers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They're off for the summer, so it's the perfect time to hit the bridal shops.
Smart.
So brides are busy in January and July. What about the grooms?
Yeah, when are they getting their tuxes?
Well, July is actually the busiest month for them, too.
Interesting.
But the thing is, tuxedo appointments are pretty consistent throughout the year, except for the December holidays, of course.
Oh, good.
So maybe guys are just more last-minute planners.
Maybe.
Or maybe there are just fewer tuxedo options to stress about.
I mean, yeah, there's only so much you can do with the tux.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're a bride who loves a busy atmosphere, Saturday at the bridal shop is the place to be.
Makes sense.
But if you're looking for a more relaxed experience, weekdays are better.
Good to know.
Yeah, Saturdays are crazy. Over a third of appointments happen then.
Wow.
Yeah, so it can be really overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So it really depends on your personality.
Right, like some people thrive in that kind of energy.
Exactly, and others need a little more peace and quiet.
For sure.
Okay, so let's move on to wedding dates.
Okay.
This data shows that September was the most popular month in 2021.
Oh,
And October was a close second.
interesting.
And get this, October 2021 was even more popular than October 2019.
Okay.
So those pandemic postponements might have played a role.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it also seems like maybe couples are rethinking the traditional wedding season.
Interesting.
Maybe it's the weather.
Right.
September and October are usually pretty mild.
Yeah, you avoid the summer heat and the April showers.
Exactly.
Plus, the fall colors are beautiful for photos.
Oh, totally. Okay, so we've got the dress, we've got the date. Now let's talk about the venue.
Right.
This data shows a huge variety of venues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything from backyards to university campuses to even zoos.
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 Wow.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it seems like couples are really breaking away from that traditional ballroom setting.
That's awesome.
And they're choosing places that really reflect their personalities.
I love that.
Me too. But hold on, even with all this variety, half of the couples surveyed still chose formal venues.
Really?
Yeah, like country clubs and historic properties.
Okay, so those classic settings still have some appeal.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's just something so elegant and timeless about them.
I totally agree.
But for those adventurous couples,
Destination weddings are definitely having a moment.
I love a good destination wedding.
Me too. This data mentions couples going to places like Montana, Colorado for Florida, Hawaii,
Wow.
Bermuda, Mexico, Italy.
Sounds like my travel bucket list.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, so we've got the venue sorted. Now, what about the guest list?
Yeah, how big are these weddings?
Well, the data shows a really wide range when it comes to wedding party sizes.
Okay.
Some couples are having 0 attendance,
Wow.
and others are having over 20.
That's a lot of bridesmaids and groomsmen.
I know, right? But it seems like couples are really ditching the pressure of having a huge bridal party.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they're just choosing what feels right for them.
It's their day, after all.
Exactly. It's about prioritizing those personal connections
Right.
and creating the vibe you want for your big day.
I love that.
Me too.
So it sounds like there's a lot of flexibility these days.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about making your wedding your own.
Exactly.
That's awesome. It is awesome, and there's so much more to uncover.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're just getting started. So we talked about wedding party size,
Yeah.
but what about the fashion?
Ooh, yes.
This data isn't just about numbers. It
Yeah.
gives us a peek into how wedding style is evolving.
Totally. And I think one of the most exciting things is how brides are breaking away from tradition with their wedding day look.
I agree. It's not just about finding a beautiful dress anymore.
Yeah.
It's about expressing your personality.
Exactly.
Like, I've seen everything from sleek jumpsuits to bohemian gowns.
I love that.
Me too. It's so refreshing.
Yeah, you don't have to fit into a cookie-cutter mold anymore.
Exactly. It's about feeling confident and rocking a look that represents you.
And don't forget the accessories.
Oh, yeah.
Statement jewelry, unique headpieces, a pop of color with your shoes.
It's all about those personal touches.
Yes. It's like creating a work of art.
But instead of a canvas, it's your wedding day style.
Love it.
And speaking of style, the grooms are getting in on the action too.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the classic tuxedo is always a good choice,
Of course.
but we're seeing more and more grooms ditching the traditional black and white.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going for more personalized looks,
Like what?
like stylish suits in unexpected colors,
Okay.
patterned shirts, bow ties with a little whimsy.
That's fun.
I know, right?
It's great to see everyone embracing their individuality,
Totally.
regardless of tradition.
And that same spirit of personalization is extending to the wedding cake.
Oh, tell me more.
Okay, so forget those towering tiered cakes.
Okay.
Couples are getting creative.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, they're choosing cakes that reflect their personal taste,
Okay.
like rustic naked cakes adorned with fresh fruit.
Ooh, I love those.
Right?
They're so pretty.
Or even a display of decadent mini pastries.
I'm all for a dessert buffet.
Me too.
Who wouldn't want a variety of sweet treats?
Right.
Okay, but before we get completely lost in dessert,
Ha ha ha.
let's talk about capturing those wedding day memories.
Yes. Photography and videography. It's so important, especially in the age of social media.
It's not just about post photos anymore.
Right.
Couples want to relive those candid, unscripted moments.
Yeah, like documentary style photography.
Exactly. Capturing the raw emotions.
The laughter, the happy tears.
It's about telling the story of your day in the most authentic way possible.
It's like having your own personal rom-com.
But it's real life.
And let's be honest, who doesn't love scrolling through those stunning wedding photos on social media?
Oh, I know.
It's a way to share your joy with everyone.
And speaking of technology,
Yes.
it's not just changing how we capture weddings.
Right.
It's revolutionizing how we plan them.
Oh, for sure.
Think about all the online tools available now.
Mhm.
Planning platforms, inspiration boards, digital invitations, and RSVPs.
It's like having a virtual wedding planner at your fingertips.
Exactly. It streamlines the whole process.
And lets couples focus on the fun parts of planning.
Yes. No more spreadsheets and endless to-do lists.
Thank goodness.
Right.
It's so much easier now. But, with all this talk about logistics and trends,
Yeah.
it's important to remember what's at the heart of it all.
What's that?
The love story.
Oh.
Beyond all the planning and the pretty details, a wedding is a celebration of love commitment
Right.
and the union of two people starting their journey together.
It's a beautiful thing.
It really is.
So now let's circle back to that Darianna data
Okay.
and see what other trends they've uncovered.
I'm ready for more insights.
All right, so one thing they've noticed is a growing trend of personalized wedding favors.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, couples are ditching those generic trinkets
Oh, good.
and opting for something more thoughtful and meaningful.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a way to show your guests how much you appreciate them.
And give them something special to remember the day by.
Exactly.
Plus, it's a great opportunity to support small businesses or local artisans.
That's a great point.
And speaking of thoughtfulness,
Yeah.
they've also noticed a rise in charitable giving as part of the celebration.
Oh, wow. I love that.
It's so heartwarming to see
Yeah.
couples incorporating causes they care about into their wedding day.
It's so meaningful.
Whether it's donating to a charity in lieu of favors
Right.
or asking guests to make donations in their honor.
It's a beautiful way to give back.
It really is.
So we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from dress styles and venue choices
Mm.
to tech advancements, and charitable giving trends.
It's clear that the world of weddings is constantly changing,
Absolutely.
reflecting our evolving values.
And how we define a truly meaningful celebration.
It's inspiring to see couples breaking free from old traditions.
And creating weddings that are unique, personal, and full of heart.
I agree.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay, I'm listening.
What aspects of these trends really resonate with you? What kind of wedding do you envision for yourself or those close to you?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Right. It makes you think about what's really important.
For sure, like what kind of celebration do you want to have?
Exactly. And I think all these trends we've talked about,
Mm-hmm.
they really reflect how our values are changing.
Totally, like there's no one-size-fits-all approach anymore.
Right. It's about creating a day that's unique to the couple.
I love that.
And, as traditions keep evolving, I wonder what new trends we'll see in the future.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, maybe we'll see more sustainable weddings.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, couples focusing on eco-friendly practices.
I love that idea.
Or maybe we'll see even more focus on experiences for guests.
Oh, like what kind of experiences?
Like imagine interactive food stations,
Okay.
surprise entertainment,
Ooh, fun.
personalized activities.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
It's all about making memories that go beyond the traditional reception.
I love it.
But no matter what trends come and go,
Yeah.
it's important to remember that a wedding is about love and commitment.
Ah.
It's a celebration of two people starting their journey together.
Chill.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into wedding trends.
It was a good one.
We uncovered some really interesting insights.
We did. From dress shopping to venues to what makes a wedding truly special.
Absolutely.
So as you plan your own celebration or attend weddings, embrace the individuality and creativity.
And remember, it's all about celebrating love in a way that feels authentic and meaningful.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us, everyone.